So I'm going to be talking about classroom management. So some of the rules that I would like to enforce in my classroom, the first one, number one, is to listen and follow directions. Just from subbing and having experience with kids, that is one of the biggest things that kids kind of don't follow. So a lot of times they want to talk, they get distracted, they're not paying attention, and I'm even guilty of this. I sometimes don't read the instructions, which is really important because you can do something so wrong if you don't know what the instructions are. The next thing is to raise your hand before speaking or leaving your seat. One of the worst things is that when you're teaching, a student just gets up and walks. You're like, what are you doing? What do you want? Like, you should not be moving around. The third one that I would like to enforce is respect your classmates and your teacher. If you're not respecting your classmates or your teacher, it's not going to be a great learning environment for anybody there. And then I would like to make 2 rules with my classes because I want them to feel like they're part of it and that they have a voice in what their classroom management is going to be. The next thing about classroom management is that you have to enforce these rules. So what are your consequences when someone doesn't follow these rules? So my kind of thing is 3 strikes, you're out. So the first thing would be out by is it's a warning. The second one would be an email home. And the third consequence would be you're sent to the dean, where like I email the dean and inform them of the student, kind of meaning they get a detention, because I would be liking to work more with middle schoolers. So timeout doesn't really work for them. So again, with the whole thing, I want to be able to provide the students with fresh starts. So every day, a student starts fresh. So if they had 2 strikes the day before, they have 0s on the next day. So I want them to know that they can grow and they could do better than the day before. So I just really want to make sure, and what I've learned from the book is that you have to make sure you follow your plan, because if you don't follow what you said, the students are not going to respect you. They're not going to believe the rules you have, and they're knowing that you're not going to enforce them. So that's my classroom management.